Okay, Mitch, here's Sly Little Bear and Other Bears. It's a little golden book that I've had for a long time. Oops, I can't get it to open. There we go. All right. Sly Little Bear, Hasty Little Bear, and Two Little Bears. Sly Little Bear. There was a little bear who didn't like to take a bath. When his mother said, "It's Saturday, little bear, go on in and take your bath," he didn't. He ran the water and he took off his clothes. He sat down on the floor and flipped one paw in the water back and forth, as if he were washing all nice and clean. Then he dried his paw and he got dressed in his nice clean clothes and came out. He thought he was pretty smart, that sly little bear. But one day, his mother took a good look at him at inspection time. She even put on her glasses and took a better look. Then she said, "Sly little bear, you look pretty dirty for a little bear who's taking a bath every Saturday. Seems to me that you'd better take one every day of the week." And after that he did, because his mother stood in the doorway, tapping her foot and watching to see that he used lots of soap. He doesn't look very happy, does he? In a week, that little bear was all clean and glossy and smooth, and he sort of liked it too. His mother noticed and said, "You look clean enough even before you take your daily bath, which is a lot for a little bear to take, so I guess you can go back to having just a Saturday one." So after that, the little bear had to take a bath only once a week. And when his mother said, "Little bear, go in and take your bath," he went right on in and did. Look at he's smiling. Okay, now this next story is Hasty Little Bear. "Hasty Bear," said his mother one day, "will you hurry, please? Come here and pick some pretty colored leaves for me." "Yes, ma'am, I will," said Hasty Bear, and off he went in such a hurry that he never heard his mother saying, "Only don't pick the shiny red three-leaved kind with berries." So by the time she was saying, "Because they're poison ivy and they make you itch," he was well into the woods looking for the brightest leaves he could find. The sycamore leaves were a beautiful yellow. Hasty Bear thought they'd be nice until he saw how red and bright the maple leaves were. "I'll get a bunch of those," he thought. But just then he saw a patch of still redder leaves, shiny ones, 3 together on a stem with the beautiful berries besides. So he picked and picked until he had a most enormous red bunch and started back home. But halfway, Hasty Bear rubbed his nose, and it began to itch. His paws felt itchy too, so did his toes and the edges of his ears, and by the time that little bear got home and held the leaves out to his mother, he was itching all over. What was worse, his mother backed away from the leaves. "Oh, Hasty Bear, after all I said, you've picked poison ivy leaves." "Have I?" said Hasty Bear. "And what did you say?" "I said don't pick the shiny 3-leaved kind with berries because they're poison ivy and make you itch," said his mother. "And now let me scrub you and put lotion on you for itching." "Oh, yes," said Hasty Bear, dropping the leaves in one spot and clothes in another. "Please do." So pretty soon Hasty Bear was much more comfortable, itching just a little and all dressed in clean clothes. "I'll get you some maple leaves," he said. "Fine," smiled his mother, who was busily sweeping the poison ivy ones outside the door. "Maple leaves are lovely." And this time, before he went running out, Hasty Bear waited for a whole minute to be sure he had heard everything his mother had to say. Uh-oh, here's Two Little Bear. Look at the family. There's kind of a cute family. Little Bear was the smallest. He was smaller than his sister, much smaller than his brother, much, much smaller than his mother, and much, much, much smaller than his big daddy. And lots of times Little Bear was left out of things. One day, he seemed to be left out of everything. His sister was going to pick salad greens, and when he asked to go, she said, "Oh, no, Little Bear, I'll be busy picking greens, and you're so small, you might get lost." His brother was going fishing. Little Bear asked to go along, but his brother said, "Oh, no, I'll be busy fishing. You might fall into the pond." Little Bear's mother was going to bake bread. "May I help?" asked Little Bear. "Oh, no, Little Bear," said his mother. I'll be very, very busy baking, and you're so small that you might burn your nose or your paws. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, wailed Little Bear, sitting on the front steps in a sad little heap. I'm too little for anything. But just then, out came his big daddy bear. I wouldn't say that, Little Bear, he said. I'm going to the store, and you're exactly the size to go pick a back on my shoulders. Pick a back. Look at the butterfly over there. It's cute. So Little Bear dried his eyes, and away they went. They bought butter for the bread, and lemons for the fish, and mayonnaise for the salad, and a whole gallon jug of honey, besides everything else. Well, sir, said Little Bear's daddy when they got home, I never could have carried all that without Little Bear's help. Looks like Little Bear's carrying the honey. That made Little Bear feel fine, quite as big as any little bear needs to be, and plenty big enough to eat as much of their good supper as anyone in that whole big bear family. The end.